The biggest and most hurtful thing she ever said to me, though, was when we were watching this movie on TV.
And it came to the part where a man and woman were kissing, and she says, "You see that right there?" She says, "You'll never experience that."
She was right, because I never had a girlfriend. And what happened to my father was hard for me to deal with. And once he was recovering, I've been sticking to my diet as much as possible. I mean, I still have a little bit of problems with eating certain things like peanut butter. I'm having a hard time staying with peanut butter.
What do you mean, peanut butter?
Peanut butter on bread. It's just something that I like eating.
Peanut butter on bread is not what kept you from losing weight. Your excuse is that.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sean back, your favorite former 600-pound man. And today we're checking out another episode of My 600-Pound Life with Aaron, which I don't know much about him. I did see like a clip or something. He was the peanut butter prince. He was the guy who loved peanut butter so much he just couldn't help himself. That was part of his diet he was trying to incorporate, which I don't think's on Dr. Now's low-carb diet. So, yeah, let's see what Aaron's got going on down in Texas, and if Buc-ee's has done got this man too. Oh, the Chubby Castle. Oh my God, I thought his thigh was his stomach. That looks like a belly button, right? That's a kneecap. That's a friggin' kneecap. Ooh.
I dread waking up in the morning.
Because it means I had to face my life for another day.
Dinner and a show, buddy. Is he wearing a skirt? No, it's just rode up next to his balls, right? That thing is way up there. It's hiked all the way up there. That would hurt.
Life is pure torture because I'm in so much pain from all my weight pulling down on my body.
There was a hidden puppy. Where'd the puppy come from? Where's Paw Patrol of the Pounds hiding?
I'm putting too much pressure on my legs, my knees, and it's too much weight bearing on my back.
And I can't get around without my cane now because my legs can no longer handle all the weight.
I had one of those little cheap canes like that too. That thing's like 20 bucks on Amazon. It is straight aluminum. Like you are begging to hit the ground with that thing. Mine like bowed out sideways. It looked crazy. Like that thing was not meant for 600 pounds.
And I can't walk far before it gets to be too much for me. Unless I try to go out, I only have 2 long walks I have to make every day. The walk to the kitchen and to the bathroom.
That's what I was thinking. I stumbled down the hallway holding onto the wall too, so I know about how far it can be to the bathroom, to the point where you drink less water, so you have to get up and go to the bathroom less. It's crazy.
And the bathroom is the furthest one I have to walk to. I have to try and do it quickly before I run out of energy. And there are times I'm woozy and I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
This wallpaper reminds me of my great-grandma's house for some reason, but also, yeah, you get dizzy just standing up at this size because you lay down so damn much. Like standing up is maximum effort. Ooh.
So we had to put a chair that can hold me in the shower so I can rest.
Yeah, right. That looks like a little kiddie chair. Who is kidding you and telling you that is rated for 600 pounds? That thing's plastic. You're about to catch a chair right up the hoo-ha or something. Also, I have 2 shower heads and my shower's about that big. So much room for activities.
I struggle to stand for a long period of time, so I have to sit.
It's so embarrassing that I've let it get this bad. But I'm not letting anyone come bathe me, no matter how hard it gets.
Okay, well, if you're not willing to take the help, you're gonna have to keep sitting here and playing Dungeons and Dandruff, whatever, with that friggin' dragon tattoo on your arm. Like, you've done it to yourself. We have to realize that and work at it and try to fix it.
I can't let that happen. So I try to clean myself as much as I can. At my size, your skin chafes from all the rubbing against your body to the
Also, I never grimaced scrubbing my gooch or anything like that. If you're gritting your teeth when you're trying to give yourself a little ball massage, it's probably gotten pretty bad.
Where you get sores that can get infected, and those infections can kill you. And the only way to prevent that is to stay clean and put baby powder around your whole body.
Does he have Mountain Dew sitting by the toilet? No, that's got to be diapers or something, right? If you've got Mountain Dew on deck, you're really down bad.
So I force myself to do that every day.
But it takes me so long to take a shower that I'm so exhausted. And it's a struggle for me every day just to go to the bathroom.
I refuse to ask my dad for any help at all in the bathroom, though. He's the only one that lives here with me, and I can't
My dad would probably be the last person I would ask to help me scrub my shaft too, but he's got to have like a girlfriend or something that can help him.
let it get to the point where he has to do anything like that for me. But what's scaring me is I already can't do so much. I can't even reach to clean myself after I use the bathroom. I have to wrap the handle of my cane with a tissue to even
No shot you end up doing this. If you really got to use your cane to hook your honker, man, that's wicked work.
try to reach my backside. And that's almost too much for me.
There's no way you're getting your butthole with that thing. You're gonna literally start effing yourself if that thing rips, man. This is like scary work.
It's humiliating. And having to live like this makes me feel very angry and frustrated. And I absolutely hate it. And I hate my body. It's hard to even look at myself anymore.
Okay, look, the self-hate, like that's probably my least favorite thing about the show. It just like it brings me back. Like it really makes me feel like I'm right back in that place again, and I feel for every single person on the show. But I mean, you would have to be a little mad at yourself if you're literally penetrating yourself with a cane to wipe your like it's crazy.
This is not the life I ever thought I would have. And I'd give anything to be able to go back and change all the choices I've made. And all the things that's happened to me that led me to this point.
Have you guys seen the movie Peanut Butter Falcon? His tattoo just reminded me of that. Shia LaBeouf, man, he's a good actor, but he's a nut job.
I struggled with my weight all my life.
I have two older sisters, and I had a very strict upbringing. My dad was in the military, so he had a lot of rules that he expected us to follow as a family. But
Well, you broke just about every one of those friggin' rules. Trust me, I was a rule breaker too. I didn't really like them very much, but I also I was the middle child, so I'm the troublemaker. But having two older sisters as a boy, man, you must have really got it.
had a lot that were just for me.
I was probably one of the most strict fathers, and if they broke a rule, I went off the deep end with them. I would always let them know I was unhappy with them.
And I started using food to help me stay calm. Because when I was eating, I felt good.
I went to food for comfort because it didn't judge me. It was there, it gave me comfort.
Well, you guys are also buying him walkie-talkies so he could role play at the drive-thru. Like, that's not a good gift for a fat kid.
So it became my best friend.
So I was eating almost compulsively then. This started when I was around 6. And by the time I was 8, I was already getting close to being almost 200 pounds.
Aaron just started gaining weight, and he was so much heavier than any of the kids around him, and I couldn't stop him.
Okay, 200 pounds at 8, he's even blowing me out of the friggin' water. So you guys really didn't have as much control as you're talking about.
Kids didn't know what to do, so they kept telling me he had to stop eating. Well, you can't tell a kid he can't eat. I mean, he's gonna eat.
Both my parents tried to stop me from eating as much as I did, but no
Taekwondo taco, baby. This kid was getting it in.
one could really stop me. And by the time I turned 13, I made it to over 300 pounds. And I knew I was starting to get really big then because I started to get picked on a lot at that point, not only at school, but at home.
I was insecure in middle school. Nobody picked on me. You better believe that. I walked around like I owned the damn place, and I just think kids pick on people that kind of don't fit in or aren't quite that confident. Like, if you stand out as a child, you're going to get picked on. It's just kind of how it goes. It's sad. It shouldn't be how it is, but it just is.
Especially from one of my older sisters, Margaret.
Aaron and I had sibling fights, as all siblings do. We'd argue about everything, but I was the only person in my eyes that could pick on him or say anything mean to him, you know, little jabs here and there because he made me mad.
Okay, I mean, your siblings, you're gonna pick and prod and do all this and that. It might not have been quite that malicious. We'll see how far it went.
The biggest and most hurtful thing she ever said to me, though, was when we were watching this movie on TV.
And it came to the part where a man and woman were kissing, and she says, "You see that right there?" She says, "You'll never experience that."
She was right because I never had a girlfriend. And
Oh my God, you mean woman. Also, how old is he? He could have tripped and fell into a kiss at this point, like by accident. Do you mean to tell me this man's never played Thong Twister or anything? He's never had any fun at all?
no, it's because I've always just been fat.
I don't think I'm good enough for anybody.
Is that candy corn? Well, I mean, he's trying to bait women in for the kiss at this point. He thinks you'll come in for the sweets and he's gotcha.
I don't think I'm worth anything.
So by the time I was 15, I had made it up over 400 pounds.
I was bullied in the halls by all the kids. One time, they all surrounded me, threw me to the floor, and kicked me. I never let anybody know. I was too embarrassed. After that day, I didn't want to go through that.
What? That's insane that he just got attacked like that just for being fat. Like he didn't say anything or do anything. Then again, you would never deserve it. One time I had a group of kids ask me, like, what would you do if we all got you right now? All four of us just jumped on you. I'm like, I'm ripping like three of your dongs off out of this. So you're walking away without it. This is prison rules, baby. We're just going to go at it.
So I dropped out and got a job working at fast food places. Unfortunately, constantly being around fast food didn't help.
I was eating fast food, I would say probably about 4 or 5 days a week, 2 or 3 meals a day.
Okay, so whatever shift he had, he just ate fast food. That's really not a good call, especially if they had him running like the fry station or something. How do you turn down fries, man? They're freaking good, especially when they're hot.
So over the next few years, I got up to over 500 pounds by the time I was 18. But
So does he look like Peter Griffin? Kind of a little bit, right?
moving and getting around was starting to get extremely painful.
I got to the point where I couldn't work a whole shift anymore.
So I had to quit my job. But my parents had also been gaining weight and getting big during all of this.
Oh, you were bringing take-home meals, huh? That's what was happening here. Look at this. We got some cowboys here. The chubby cowboy crew.
And the combination of their age and size started to make it really hard for them to take care of themselves. My mom was over 300 then, and my dad was over 400, and they were both in their 60s. I was around 550 at the time, but I was only about 20 then, so I could still get around, and they needed someone to take care of them.
Yeah, in your 20s, I mean, it's not quite as hard yet. Once you hit 30, buddy, it gets a little bit harder, but it seems like his mom and dad definitely didn't have the healthiest friggin' eating habits either. I wonder if they were doing the whole candy corn kiss thing.
So I decided to move back home to help take care of them. So I got certified as a caregiver to look after them as my full-time job.
It was easy for me to become a caregiver, mainly because I didn't have to be on my feet for 8 hours, sit down, relax. But in time, it became a problem because I was sitting at home eating all the time, and I just kept on gaining the weight.
Right. How do you expect to be a caregiver if you can't care for yourself? Like, I would think that would fall under neglect at a certain point if he's just not doing what he's supposed to do, right?
At that point, I had my doctors telling me that if I didn't lose the weight, that I wasn't going to be around until I was 35.
But those warnings never did anything for me because I never cared about losing weight up till then.
Oh, I want the puppy so bad. This is like the bonus about being fat. You have a dog bed everywhere you go.
The only time I even tried was when I was 27 because that's when my mom died.
Oh, poor guy.
The night that she passed away, I went into the room and told her goodnight and that I love her and went to bed. 10 minutes later, I get a phone call from my father telling me that I need to hurry up and get in the room.
He's right there. He didn't just yell for you, but also seeing your mother pass away, like that's probably one of the most painful things. I wouldn't wish that on anyone because I bet he's still scarred by that experience.
So I get up and run to the bedroom, and my mother's sitting up in her mobility chair, blue in the face and not able to breathe. I'm panicking, not understanding what's going on, trying to get her to tell me what's going on, and she's just struggling to breathe.
Her body finally gave out. She had made it to over 400 pounds.
Is she eating right here? I don't know. Maybe she's just making a face, but there's a big gulp or whatever right there on the side. Like this family, unhealthy relationship with food the whole way through. But seeing your mom pass, man, I still feel bad. That's terrible.
She got a blood clot, and it led to a pulmonary embolism that killed her. And there was nothing that anyone could do to help her.
By the time they brought her to the hospital, she had already flatlined.
So she was gone. I lost my mom. It was a very traumatic experience for me because I had to practically watch her die. I felt completely helpless.
He'll never get over the death of his mother. She died right in front of him. I mean, we were all in this room together when they got.
Terrible. The same thing happened to my dad. He watched his dad pass away, and I don't know. I don't know if it still affects him. He never really talks to me about it, but yeah, he was 18 when he saw that happen to his father. I know it's got to affect him on some level.
The hospital, they were working on her, trying to bring her back. I couldn't bring her back. So Aaron saw that firsthand.
My mom died because of her weight. It was the first time I realized that food could literally kill me. So for a little while after that, I tried to lose weight, and I was successful, but it didn't last. I just went right back to the way I was eating. And what
It's a whole lifestyle change, man. You'll be successful for a little while if you try, but then you're just going to put it back on. You've got to believe in you to a level that is just delusional. Like you have to believe in yourself.
whatever I had lost, I regained, and I've still been gaining ever since then.
Oh my God, we got leftover pizza boxes to close the window so nobody can see you during your mukbangs. This is a new level of, I don't want to say gluttony. We've seen a hell of a lot more food than that, but also who eats this much cereal at a time? It's going to get soggy and gross.
Food has become an addiction for me. It's just like someone being addicted to drugs or alcohol. You gotta have that fix, and for me, it's food.
We're going to have to get you a bigger fork, man. I didn't realize that you could put a whole piece of French toast on one freaking fork. I also thought that was chicken at first. That's a lot of French toast.
So there's never a moment where I don't want to eat. But as soon as I'm done eating, I'm already hungry for something else. And most days, all I do is sit around and eat.
Damn, the pupper didn't even get to lick the serp or anything? You didn't let him have a single scrap?
The only time I ever go out is to do the grocery shopping to get the food I need.
Of course, that's Disneyland for the diabetics. We love going grocery shopping, except for the whole walking part. That sucks. But also, he's going to have to stop wearing green shirts if he doesn't want me to call him Peter Griffin. Wait, those are green pants, right? Yeah, I'm wrong. I mixed it up.
And I get my father to go with me because I can't handle getting out and being in the store, physically or emotionally.
You ready to go, sir?
Yeah.
Look at that character on character. I can't say it. Caricature. I can't say it. All right, but that does not look like him. That is way skinnier. Is that his dad?
Let's go.
All right, let's get going.
I can barely handle the walk to the car, so there's no way I'd be able to last in the store. If I got out and had to walk around to get everything, there'd be no way I'd be able to last.
I bet you last if they say you're not going to eat unless you get up and get it done. That's the thing. If you give the ultimatum, like, okay, you're not going to be able to eat unless you get the shopping done, he'll get the friggin' shopping done. But up until now, he's got somebody that's willing to do it when he's not, so he won't do it.
But I do feel bad that I have to make my 76-year-old father do it all for me. He lost a lot of weight a while ago, but he still has a hard time getting around because of his age.
Oh, and thank you for your service, because I see the Vietnam vet. I had a great uncle that was a Vietnam vet. He came back all kinds of changed, like shot up, married a stripper, I think. I don't know. He was a different person. I used to have to do that, the love handle lunge whenever you try to close the door.
I worry that it's going to be too much for my father at some point. But it still doesn't stop me from having him do this, because this is the only way to get the groceries I want.
You got the list, right?
Hold up, who was the half-naked man? Was your dad changing his shirt in the back, or is this just some regular thing in Texas?
I hope so. Aaron cannot get in and out of the car easily. And he can't stand and walk very far because he doesn't have the strength. So Aaron doesn't go inside, I go in, I got a list, I follow the list.
Roll out. Oh, pizza, chips, potatoes? I don't know. This guy's handwriting. Snack cakes, peanut butter. There's the peanut butter. Ice cream, cookies, crackers. Yep, looks like my same friggin' grocery list.
I love my boy, but I don't like his eating habits. And I don't
Well, Chips Ahoy, buddy. You definitely like something.
say a thing to him about it. I just keep my mouth shut because I don't want him to get mad at me. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I'm trying.
There you go.
It makes me feel really guilty that I can't do what I should.
Thank you.
Have a blessed one. Thank you very much. Take care.
Appreciate it.
All right. Like, he probably, some part of him feels guilty, but the other part of him is just like, I'm getting what I want. So why does anything have to change?
I know my father can't be doing this. He's getting too old. And I'm supposed to be taking care of him, not having him do errands for me.
Damn, he's got more gray than his dad, just about. Kind of crazy how stress and anxiety and all that can cause you to get more gray hairs and stuff.
The only thing that's keeping me going to push myself to do all this is knowing everything I'm gonna have once we get home.
Little bit of Chips Ahoy for the road home, or was that Doritos? I don't know, man. He's confusing because he's like, I feel so bad, and he's like, ho, 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 just eating away.
It'll take me a lot to recover from the workout I had leaving the house.
You sat in the car. I wouldn't call it a friggin' workout or anything, but yes, that is like our maximum effort. Just getting out and getting in the car and going somewhere.
Physically, I'm wore out. I have no energy. I'm shaking all over. My back and my legs and knees are in pain. I'm just
altogether exhausted.
Also dripping sweat, man. This guy, you would think he just ran a half marathon or something.
It will lay me out for a couple of days after I push myself that hard because I'll be so sore, I'll barely be able to move.
That's what she said. But no, that's like, okay, that a couple days for going to the grocery store is wild. That can't be true.
Things that Aaron can't do because of his weight. I check him for rashes or swelling and cracks in his skin that could become infected. But I never thought I would be taking care of Aaron like I do now. I don't know if that's heat or what, but it's bubbly.
Well, the only thing we know for sure is it's not the kissing disease or anything. Aren't you the mean sister that said he would never get laid? Like, that's really nasty stuff to say to your brother. How else do you destroy a man by telling them they're never going to get any action?
I'm thankful for all she does, but once she comes over, all I can really think about is eating. I live to eat, but I know food is what's killing me.
I really hope he's not using the bristles of that broom for that little cane move he was doing in the bathroom. If he's scrubbing things with that broom, that thing is nasty.
How's Daddy doing?
We just got done doing grocery shopping and he's hurting.
Who drove?
I drove. I don't know how much longer I can drive.
No, we jumped in Santa's sleigh and we all just got there in time for the candy canes. Who the hell do you think drove?
Scares me. That's why I can't let you have the kids in the car with you.
That depresses me. And I can't be the uncle I should,
Go play on your
Aw.
tablet, please.
or the brother, or even the son I should. Instead,
Oh, raising iPad kids. That's great.
they all have to help and take care of me. I'm getting hungry,
I'll meet you in the living room. Okay.
and I know as long as I'm eating and getting bigger, that eventually food is going to take everything from me.
Oh my God, he's got a dragon table too. Also, what are all these stains? These have to be from the dog, man. That's gross. He's got a cross with a sword on it. This guy really is playing Dungeons and Doritos, like Sons of Fatarchy with his Grim Reaper tattoo.
All right, guys. Everybody ready to eat?
Please let that be a different cane. Please be a different cane.
I know my weight is gonna kill me soon if I don't change. My biggest fear is that I may not even have time to lose weight before some part of my body gives out.
Okay, I'm like kind of chuckling a little bit because she's like, I hate the way he eats. I hate this and that. And she shows up with 4 bags of McDiesel.
I'm not ready to die and leave my family. I just can't give up. And I know I can't wait any longer. I have to do it now.
That's the right attitude. Nothing is over until you say it's over. The only hole you can't dig yourself out of is the grave. Come on, my man, Aaron. You've got this.
Because my last day on this earth is coming soon. And every day I wait is another day closer I get to that.
This is also a benefit of being fat. You get wide enough, you can give hugs at the same damn time because there's enough surface area.
I've been worried about Aaron for the past few years. His weight has gotten drastically worse as time goes on, and so is his health. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, you
Yeah, he's got the kind of swelling I used to get where your ankle turns into a calf, but it's called a cankle, right? Yeah, it's a cankle.
Yep, let's go. Get it done.
There's no way you just used your double chin for your cheek cane that scrubs your... Oh my God. His chin's gonna smell like poop.
This is going to be a really hard trip for me. And if something happened to me on the road, it could be very dangerous for me because I'd be stuck with no place I could rest in the heat. So I'd probably be dead within an hour if I had car trouble or anything like that.
That's if the AC went out, though. That's not just car trouble. But if you have to call a tow truck because you're too fat, like to go anywhere or do anything, I thought about this all the time, too. That's why I had AAA. So whenever you get certain levels of fat, you might need a tow hook to get you up in the car.
People don't realize that when you're my size, you can't handle a lot. And it's really easy to get yourself into a situation that could kill you if you're not careful.
We realize.
So there are a lot of normal things that are life or death for me, and that's especially true about leaving the house. I would
Yeah, but this guy's playing fast and loose with everything at this point. Like, at this point, he really could die from the cane to the colon trick.
even consider it if this wasn't my last and only chance to get the help I have to have before it's too late.
But at least he's got like big vehicles to jump in. He's not doing the whole clown car thing that I did with my tiny little car.
How you feeling?
Nervous. I just don't know what to expect. I'm really hoping that he accepts me and approves me for the surgery.
You have to accept you. Also, like, what do you expect people to say when they're 600 pounds? I feel like a gladiator lady. Like, of course he feels like hell. We feel like hell all the time.
What are you gonna do if he doesn't?
Honestly, I don't know. It's gonna be really bad if I have to come home and say I can't get the help, because Dad's excited. He's really got his hopes up for it.
I know.
He doesn't really have a whole lot of options besides trying to do it on his own. But I mean, I guess he could try to do the Macarena, like Macarena away the morbid or something, but he doesn't have a lot of options.
I'm starving. I have to get something to eat.
Okay. I do wish there was better options.
I didn't realize that Texas didn't have like farmers markets or didn't have any kind of salad anywhere. It must just be Texas that has Whataburgers and that's it.
I need a number 6 double, large with a Coke.
And your phone number, lady, because I'm feeling sassy today.
Thank you. Thank you, you too.
Okay.
Smells good.
I know that losing this weight and changing the way I eat won't be easy because I can't give up food. So I'm really hoping that Dr. Now says he can help me. And
Also, Arby's, is that the healthier spectrum of fast food? I feel like it's not the worst by any means, but it's definitely not the friggin' best.
approves me for the surgery so I can finally start losing the weight. I have no idea where my weight's at. I know I'm probably in the 600s, and I think the highest I've made it is around 650. So that's where I'm hoping I'm at least at.
At this point, I've seen close to 100 episodes. I know by how wide that corner is that this guy's every bit of 650. And my guess would be probably pushing 7, if that. Like, he's going to be up there.
That's very shocking to see. And I don't.
How many roast beef sandwiches did you eat on the way here? I swear he wasn't that big before. Although his kneecap was turning into a belly button, so I guess he was pretty big.
Know how that's even possible. And I'm still hoping it isn't an issue for Dr. Now to treat me, because without his help, I'm not going to have a chance. So I'm praying he accepts me.
Yeah, I mean, the Fat Avenger, Dr. Now, come in here. He could save just about anybody if you listen to him. But you're going to have to listen to him, and you're going to have to fight for you, man. He can't do it all for you.
Hello.
I hear you.
I'm just fine, thank you. I'm Dr. Nazardan.
Aaron Washer.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Margaret.
Your last name's Washer? That's a unique name for a 600-pound man when it's hard to wash things, right? I mean, it's maybe I'm reading too much into it.
His sister.
All right, so where you all coming from?
New Braunfels, Texas.
Oh, not too far, huh? Well, it's good to meet you both. So, Aaron, you want to lose weight, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you are 30 years old.
Yes, sir.
And you weigh 718 pounds. That's
Wait, he's 30? Damn, I would have guessed he was pushing 40. I'm 35. I don't know, man. He looks a lot older than me, I think. But it might be the rosy cheeks that made me look like a baby.
extremely high. So, what's going on with that?
Honestly, I don't have no excuse. Just
We're not asking for excuses. We're asking what's going on.
I have a lot of emotional eating issues.
Okay.
It all started when I was in school, so being picked on and bullied because of my size.
Nobody should be bullied. I'm just going back to what I said earlier. Kids pick on the person that stands out. And at that point, it's going to be devastating to be that person. Once you get a little older, you'll realize that standing out's a good thing because then you're not just like everyone else. You got to be your own individual. I'd say there's a lot of positive that can come from this if you just change your perspective on it. Like, you don't have to forever be the victim or the person this happened to. You can be somebody that was just like misunderstood, and now you're going to take advantage of everything and be different, be yourself.
And I would always just go to food for comfort, and it just progressed from there.
That doesn't make any sense. If you were picked on in school for your size, then you were already overweight. So, how can you blame that for your overeating?
Uh-oh. Doctor now spitting facts. He's not just going to buy whatever you sell. But that's the thing. He's probably said this forever, and everybody's been like, oh, poor you. Nobody's ever really pushed back on it. They just kind of accepted that that's what it is.
Well, food was what helped me with just anything emotional that would happen to me in my life. Any deaths, like my grandmother died or my mother dying, I would end up eating and causing myself to gain more weight.
So, it sounds like any excuse you could find, you would use it to justify your overeating since you were a kid. When did you notice your weight was a problem?
Probably when I was 2 and I was eating a whole number 5 meal from McDonald's. Like, we know it's a problem the whole
I
time.
didn't really notice it until I was in middle school, where I couldn't fit in the regular desk chairs.
And you decided to just keep eating?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, middle school is when you really realize just how fat you are. And mine was probably when I had to run the mile. I would try to be sick that day no matter what, buddy. I did not want to run the friggin' mile.
All right. Right now, what would you say is wrong with your eating habit?
I eat a lot of junk food,
Like what?
like snack cakes and chocolate and candies and stuff like that.
Who buys those?
My dad.
So he's the one that enabled you and buy the stuff and you eat it?
Yes, sir.
It's probably food stamps, judging by the house. I don't know. They like, yeah, it doesn't seem like they have a whole bunch of extra money, but they're eating pretty good, so that would be my guess.
Who's your dad?
He's 75 years old.
He's active and he drives, or
He not able to drive. He has venous stasis in his legs, where he doesn't have feeling in his legs, so we don't allow him to drive. So I do the driving for him.
so you drive him, and when you go to the grocery store, he buys himself his stuff, or
Yeah, he'll go in, do the grocery shopping, and come back out. And
Okay, he's buying it for himself, right, Aaron? That's why I saw the friggin' grocery list that I'm pretty sure is probably your handwriting, unless, I don't know, some kind of lard leprechaun came and wrote snack cakes on that paper, which I don't think happened.
I'll load up the car and we go home. I'm not able to go into the store.
so you take him and you force him to get you your junk food, and then you're emotional eater. So what will be the answer for you?
Take charge of my life and be able to get the help I need to lose some weight and have a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
That's good. I mean, he's got the right perspective right now. I'd say download Tinder so you could stop thinking back to when you were like 11 and your sister told you you would never French kiss somebody because you're going to be too fat. Because that's probably the most brutal thing I've ever heard. Like, I've heard a lot of brutal stuff on this show, but telling somebody they'll never like tongue punch anybody else's mouth or anything is pretty wicked.
Your eating habit, you're gonna have to understand what's wrong with him, and then somewhere down the line, you're gonna need to see a therapist to figure out all those emotional issues that driving you to food. and help you to start to cope with those, and that won't be easy. But what we can do right now for your eating habit, I'm going to give you some written instruction that I want you to read every day.
Okay.
It's going to be a 12.
You guys think he's ever slipped too far with that cane and turned himself into like some kind of pound popsicle with a stick sticking out of the bottom? He's had to have slipped before, right? Why am I thinking about that right now? He's going to lose weight, okay?
A calorie a day, high protein, low carb diet that you're going to start immediately. And if you do that, you should be able to lose at least 120 pounds over the next 2 months, okay?
Okay.
So this is going to be a really challenging situation for you to learn to discipline yourself, okay? But if you want to get weight loss surgery, you need to show me that you're willing to work hard. You think you can do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
$120 in 2 months is a little strict. I mean, it's steep. It's definitely a steep ask, but he can do it. He's like, what, almost 720 pounds? That's literally just getting him down to 600.
Great. Because if you don't, we're not moving ahead with you. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to give you some exercises that I want you to start on to get your stamina.
Okay.
It's very important at your weight to do everything you can to keep from losing your ability to get around and to stay active. So we have to turn your whole situation around right now because you're very close to your body's breaking point, and it's going to give out very soon.
He's kind of at his wit's end where if he doesn't take control of his own life and do his own thing and start actually caring, like he's going to have to slay his own dragon, is the way I'll put it. Since he has this dragon stuff everywhere, he's got to be the own hero in his story. Like that's the only way there is for him to get over this.
There is a good chance that you have less than 6 months to live at this point. So it's very important that you take this seriously and you don't play any games, okay?
I'm completely ready to do this and be healthy and where in a weight where I can be able to live life and do things that normal people do.
But what game do you think he's playing exactly? Like, he's not playing Weight Watchers, Where's Waldo, or anything like that. Like, he knows what he's doing to himself at this point.
I hope so. Okay, if you need anything, call me and have a safe trip back. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And we'll look forward to seeing you all soon, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, see y'all later.
Did any of you have ringback tones? Because I think it would be really funny if his ringback tone was Soldier Boy kiss me through the phone, but that's just me being fixated on his sister saying that he'll never kiss anybody in his life.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be hard,
Yeah.
but I know you can do it.
Aaron is obviously at a very critical point with how high his weight already is and how hard it is for him to walk. He's just a month or two away from becoming immobile. And once that happens, he won't be able to survive much longer.
If he hit immobility at his size, his sister would have to do a lot more than just kind of cream up his crevices. Like, she would have to start doing everything. So I think and nobody wants him to lose weight more than her, kind of get on his, like, better, happier life. Like, everyone at this point is just so sad, so down on themselves. It's hard. It's so hard to get out of that mindset and start believing in you. Like, that's what needs to happen first and foremost.
So I'm hoping he's taking this opportunity to turn his life around as seriously as he claims, and that he's determined to do this. Because if he's not, then it won't be long before he runs out of time and he dies because his body couldn't continue to handle the strain of all his weight any longer.
To be honest, he's kind of in better shape than a lot of people that get to his size. And maybe that's because he's going to the grocery store. I don't know. He's getting up a little bit through the day. If he laid there and started using like a bedside toilet or something, his immobility would go so quick it's not even funny. A week after Aaron's appointment with Dr. Now, Aaron's father suffered a heart attack. Oh my God. He is still in the hospital in critical condition. Which means who's doing the grocery shopping? No, I mean, I hope his dad's getting better. Vietnam vet, thank you for your service. I'm just wondering who's doing everything now.
This is nowhere near how I expected this past month to go. My father had a heart attack. He got to the hospital in time for them to be able to save him. But we're still not sure if he's gonna make it. And what's
Thank God he got there on time, but this should be a real friggin' wake up call because you lost your mom to weight issues. Your dad's not necessarily weight issues, but if this doesn't make you want to get healthier so you can take care of your dad and be a better son, I don't know what will.
making all this even harder for me is that my size is keeping me from being there with him. There's nowhere I can sit there. And I can't be up for long enough to make it there and back.
Okay, so bring your cane with you, do some kind of pogo stick thing. You're already sticking things that I didn't think you could stick with the cane, okay? You've got somewhere to sit. I've seen you do the little trick in the bathroom.
I should be able to be there for him, but I'm not. And if he doesn't make it, and I'm not able to be there with him in his final moments, I'll never be able to forgive myself. My sister.
Why is there 3 bowls? Are you going to eat all 3 and just pretend that you're... No, the kids have to be there, right? I used to do this too, sit in front of the stove and cook because I was too lazy to stand.
Had to be there for him and to help take care of him. The only thing I can even try to do is look after my niece and nephews while she's at the hospital all day. And it's making sticking to Dr. Now's diet a lot harder because the food I have to make for them aren't things on the diet. Being around this food is hard.
You gotta blow on it, cool it off, okay?
That's what she said. But, I mean, nobody said it was going to be easy. You're going to be tempted in like 500 different ways at this point. But taking care of the kids, I would think, is harder than going to sit at the hospital because you could get a wheelchair up to the room and just sit in the friggin' wheelchair. At this point, I think you could leave the house and go there if you truly friggin' wanted to.
Careful not to get it on yourselves.
So the diet's been difficult, and I can't leave them alone. So there's no way I can go out for a walk or do my exercises right now. So the circumstances are really limiting me right now.
Could you stop giving the ravioli bang me eyes? Like, it's getting really tough for me to watch you sit here and stare down this ravioli like you've got a stiffy.
But I'm trying, and I'm doing the best I can. Because I really want to lose the weight. Because I want to be there for my father. I just hope he gets better and comes home soon.
Did you see him glance over to see if there was one left? He's like, if she's not going to finish it, I will. That's just not wasting food. That doesn't count as breaking my diet. That's not wasting food.
Thankfully, they were able to treat my dad, and he was able to come back home a few weeks ago. They said his heart attack was caused by issues with his diabetes, and that he can have a heart attack again if he doesn't start to eat better.
Damn, them New Balances ain't really doing a whole balancing thing. They're kind of doing the Rockaway right now. So, yeah, I had a pair of Cortezes that did that because I was too fat, and they just don't lean well on... those kinds of shoes don't work well for the super obese, like the mega super duper fats, like the 6X, like the whale whoppers.
So it's extremely important that we both focus on our health right now. I was terrified that I was going to lose my father, just like I lost my mom. And I'm so glad that's not what happened. So with things settling back down, I've been able to start an exercise routine. And I'm walking every day in the mornings when it's cool.
Also, where was the German Shepherd? Because I saw a German Shepherd on duty sign or whatever. I don't think that dog's a German Shepherd. But also 80 degrees in the morning? Man, Texas is just like a death sentence for fat people.
I called Dr. Now and told him what happened to my dad last month. And that I know I probably didn't make the progress I needed during that time. But if he gave me an extra month, I knew I could make it up.
You set yourself up for failure. You don't self-report like that. I mean, yes, good on you for being honest, but at the same time, I would have lied my big ass off, for sure.
He told me there was no reason to come all the way back to Houston if I already know I didn't lose the weight. And he wants me to realize how important it is that I get a lot of weight and strain off my body immediately. So I'm not just making sure I work out, I'm doing the diet like I need now. Peanut butter
Hey, looks like he's doing pretty good with the diet at this point. This is all right.
sandwiches are my biggest weakness, but I'm working on giving them up for the meals I'm making for me and my dad. I'm making sure there's a lot of good protein with minimal to no carbs.
Oh my God. I didn't realize that this guy was a fluffer nutter freak. I didn't realize that peanut butter was going to be his downfall like that bad. But now I'm remembering a clip I saw a while ago. This guy's just like the peanut butter prince. He loves this stuff.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Here's your dinner.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Oh. I got up, went for a walk today. I keep on pushing myself a little bit more each day. I'm able to stand and cook and not have to sit down all the time.
Gotta take small victories. Little things like that that seem like nothing to you is a big friggin' deal. And the fact that he's pushing himself to walk this early, he might be making a little more progress than I realized.
Good. You lost a good piece of weight, and I just want you to continue to lose it. And then all I can say to you then, after this is over with, please don't get back up there again.
I don't plan on it, dude.
I wish your mother was here to see what's going on.
I wish she was too.
I love her.
But you gotta realize she's probably looking down on you and proud of you. Like, I wish my grandfather would have seen me do better, stuff like that. It's tough because they never really get to see you be a better version of yourself. They kind of just, you think about it, you're like, man, they only remember me as being this 600-pound slob that wouldn't do anything for himself.
Tremendously. And miss her to pieces. But anyways.
All right, Daddy. No, I'm gonna go put the dishes up.
He moved on pretty quick from that. I miss her to pieces. But yeah, on to the next thing.
I feel like I've come a really long way this past month, and I'm proud of myself for that. But I know I only have one more month before I see Dr. Now again.
For the love of God, we're doing dessert with peanut butter. We just had this great meal, right? He was on the diet. I was like, man, he's killing it. He's knocking this thing out of the park. And then this man just comes along, turns into a regular Peter Pan. Well, I guess he's fat. So Peter Pan cake. And he just eats a hell of a load of peanut butter right after that.
I may make some mistakes, and I'm not perfect. But with how hard I'm working, I feel confident I'll be where I need when I go back.
Well, I'm not nearly as confident as you are because that is the economy size thing of peanut butter. And it looked about half empty. So if you got that on the last grocery trip, I'm not sure how many spoonfuls of peanut butter you're having. Or I don't know, man, what you're doing with the peanut butter. Ew.
Me and my dad are back at Dr. Now's for my second appointment. The last time I was here, I was 718. That was 3 months ago because I had to take an extra month with everything that happened with my dad.
Oh, he don't look that much tinier. Also, there's just canes everywhere. This is getting dangerous. What if he mixes them up?
So if I made it to my goal today, it'll mean I'm at least below 598.
Oh, for the love of Jiffy. That's a lot of friggin' peanut butter, huh? You must have went through a hell of a lot of jars, because it's like calorie-dense stuff, right? But if in order for him to only lose 22 friggin' pounds, this man would have to be going crazy with the peanut butter fluffer nutter.
That number is extremely disappointing to see. It's a loss, but not nearly what I thought it would be, or where I needed to be. So all I basically did was bring my dad all the way here to show him that I failed. So I'm feeling embarrassed and really discouraged right now.
Hey, minor setback for a major comeback. We could screw it up as many times as we need to, right? I've screwed it up a hell of a lot in my life. Really? They should write a book about me called How to Do It Wrong. And then eventually, you just figure it out. Start doing things right.
And I'm scared because I don't know what Dr. Now's gonna say.
Hello.
If you mention the peanut butter, he's going to lose his ever-loving mind.
How y'all doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing good. So, who do you have with you today?
This is my father, Eugene.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir.
Well, nice to meet you. So I hear that you're battling with your health issues.
Yeah. I have a problem with my sugar diabetes. It just goes up and down.
Okay.
At least he doesn't have that yet.
Yeah, he's in the lucky boat then. The one where we're so damn big and we still don't have diabetes, which I was extremely lucky because it runs in my family. But you, sir, need to take care of your diabetes.
I'm glad to see you doing better.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron. So last time I saw you, you were 718. And you were supposed to lose 120 pounds in 2 months.
Yes, sir.
It's been 3 months, but today you're 696.
Damn, I forgot. It had been 3 months, too. He's losing less than 8 pounds a month. That's a lot of half peanut butter sandwiches.
He lost 22 pounds in 3 months.
I'm struggling a little bit with what happened to my father. It was hard for me to deal with. And once he was recovering, I've been sticking to my diet as much as possible. I mean, I still have a little bit of problems with eating certain things like peanut butter. I'm having a hard time staying with peanut butter.
What do you mean, peanut butter?
Peanut butter on bread. It's just something that I like eating.
Peanut butter on bread is not what kept you from losing weight. Your excuse is that.
Man, Doctor Now, I knew he was going to lose it if he mentioned the friggin' peanut. Dr. Now's like, what are you talking about peanut butter? How much damn peanut butter? Are we talking cups a day? Because that's a lot, man. He only, peanut butter's calorie dense, but the amount of friggin' peanut butter, you would have to be just like sniffing it up your nose to get that much damn peanut butter.
I'm sorry what you all went through, but that's no excuse to have not done the diet. And on top of that, it's been 3 months. You still had 2 months, even after all that, to do what you're supposed to. But you didn't. What is with that?
I don't know, sir.
What do you mean you don't know? You know exactly. You don't want to do the work, and you want to blame everything else for why you're not doing it. What's the point of that?
Peanut butter causes amnesia. I don't know if you knew that, but that's the damn problem, Doctor Now.
I don't know what to say, sir.
What is your expectation? Do you want us do something for you to lose weight, but you continue doing whatever you were doing before?
No, I don't want to do.
So how is that going to happen? How?
I'm going to change. I really am. I'm trying.
When are you going to change?
You know, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I know they do like hypnosis. Like, you think they could do a hefty version of hypnosis and make it so he forgets what peanut butter is? Because that would make the diet way easier if that's really the only friggin' thing he's eating. Which I have a hard time believing anybody can consume that much peanut butter, but us Americans love our friggin' peanut butter.
I'm in the process of changing, sir. I really am.
No, you're not. What we've given you is the first step to change. You either take it or you don't. The choice is up to you. You got it?
Yes, sir.
You know, for you to maintain weight of 696 pounds, you're still eating around 10,000 calories a day.
Holy shit, is it that much? No way. Right? Oh my, that's a crazy amount. I didn't even think that was possible.
That's not trying. That's not even close. So I'll give you 2 more months to lose 120 pounds. If you want to do this, then lose that weight. If you don't, then we don't need to waste more time playing games with you. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Who buys the peanut butter and bread?
I do.
My dad.
You buy it for him or you buy it
I buy it for the household, but you know what? I'm not going to buy no more.
That's right, Papa. You take a friggin' stand here. Your son wants to play spin the bottle. He's never going to get to do that if you keep spinning the peanut butter back around every time it runs out.
Okay. And you shouldn't be eating that with your health care, okay?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, this is your last chance, Aaron. You need to take this very seriously because the clock is ticking on you.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Serious as a heart attack. I don't mean that. Okay, you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you in 2 months.
Thank you.
All right, you take care. It's very unfortunate that nothing changed with Aaron over the last 3 months. He's being given a chance to save his life, but he's still choosing to make excuses. And as sorry as I am, his father struggled with his health, and that it was a scare for all of them, it doesn't change the fact that Aaron's body can't handle all the strain that his weight is putting on and for much longer.
Yeah, I mean, he's made some progress. I don't want to say like that's a ton or anything like that. 22 pounds is next to nothing for someone our size that gets that big. But at the same time, the first step is the hardest. And his is going to be even harder because the way his friggin' shoes are leaning, he's at the risk of rolling an ankle every time he looks at a Reese.
So if he doesn't start to drastically lose a significant amount of weight now, then he's not going to be able to physically go on much longer and he's going to die.
I'm really upset at myself, and I know I have to do better this time. And hearing Dr. Now say this is my last chance, it's absolutely terrifying.
But it's supposed to scare you. The whole point is it scares you into doing friggin' right. So, like, you need this little bit of terrified in you in order for the weight loss to kind of go right. So, you should be scared. You should be very scared. The fact that you thought you were doing so good and ended up right here should terrify you.
So no matter what, I'm gonna lose the weight I need and hit my goal before my next appointment. And I'm not making any more excuses or blaming anything else in my life. I know this is all up to me now, and I'm not gonna fail. There's too much at stake to let that happen.
That's right. You got to do it right so you can download Tinder and start swiping right. And all these people, this guy, okay, he annoys me and at the same time kind of fascinates me because he reminds me of me and just kind of this like whole oblivious, like I don't want to do anything right. Like it'll just kind of work out because things strangely usually work out for me. It doesn't work out for us. I got news for you. A lot's got to change and you're going to have to make a lot of friggin' effort because it doesn't just happen.
To up my level of exercise and increase my activity, I joined a gym. And I'm going there 3 to 4 times a week to work out.
All right, let's go. We're at the gym. Time to unleash the dragon, buddy.
At first, I was really intimidated, so it was hard to convince myself to start doing this. But I'm more worried about going back to see Dr. Now without having made it to my goal.
I don't think you have any reason to be traumatized by Dr. Now unless you walk in here and start talking about peanut butter because that old man is going to blow his friggin' top.
The thought of that terrifies me far more than the thought of people staring at me or laughing at the big guy who can barely do much at this point. So I've looked up some exercises on the internet, and I've been coming here to work out for almost a full month now.
I work out in my prison gym at home. Actually, I just got done my prison workout like a little bit ago, and then I hopped on here to film. But yeah, I started out with what, a 20-pound dumbbell, barely able to curl that thing, worked my way up to a 50-pound dumbbell, and now I kind of do like I don't know, I forget what it's called, like pyramid lifts where I work at the heaviest down to the lowest, try to go back up to the heaviest. That's how I do it. I don't know. I'm by no means an expert, but he'll get there if he keeps going.
I still can't do a whole lot, but I can do a good bit more than what I started. And every time I lift or do some reps, I push myself past the pain to go a little further. I used to see that pain as a problem or that I was pushing myself too hard.
And now you feel way better after you're done. You're 10 times more proud of yourself, and you feel like you're pushing yourself, getting out of your comfort zone, and doing a lot. So it's good for your mental health. It's good for your physical health. Like, I don't know, working out, when I get sick or something and I can't, it messes with my head, man. I don't feel like me anymore.
And after 5-10 minutes, I was ready to go. I didn't want to be here no more, but now I'm able to stay longer, do a lot more, and I have more energy to, and not hurting as much. And every time I come to the gym, I push myself a little bit further just to see how much further I can go, how much more I can do.
That's good. Is that a lift though? I didn't know you could grab the weight like this and do the kind of Chico stick thing up and down. I didn't know that was a lift.
But now I see it as a limit I want to break. And I'm not afraid of it. So I'm happy with my progress with that.
That's right. We're no longer breaking chairs. We're breaking out of the mold, baby. We're going all kinds of different directions, and you're going to be a success story. Damn it, Aaron. If I have to pull you there, like, I don't know. I probably can't pull him there because he's still 700 pounds, but he'll get there.
I also feel like I'm doing good with my diet. I got rid of the peanut butter and all the little packets of candy and sweet stuff that were still kind of hidden around the house.
Okay, it makes a lot more sense now. It wasn't just friggin' peanut butter. There was Reese cups hidden here. He was doing some kind of super morbidly obese scavenger hunt, looking for the mystical Kit Kat.
When I found them, I'd eat them and justify it by thinking it was just a little treat to help me stay on track, by satisfying my cravings without getting something bigger.
Right? Cushion milk duds don't count against the diet. They're just like I said, it's like a Easter egg hunt for the extremely morbidly obese. It doesn't count.
And I think all that added up more than I realized. But I shouldn't have them, and my father shouldn't have them. So it's all gone now. So me and my dad are only eating healthy. But at my last appointment, it was really embarrassing to see such little progress in front of my father.
Also, your dad's diabetic, so what are you doing with candy everywhere anyway? Like my grandma's late husband, he was diabetic. His blood sugar was always like friggin' 400 because the man would eat caramels and stuff like that all the friggin' time. Like he's like, oh, I don't feel good. I need some sugar. You're diabetic.
I let him and everyone down.
I know you worked hard at it, so I don't know why you can't meet your goals.
I really feel like I've done it this time. I've been working out at the gym. I've been sticking to my diet. You know, I'm still a little nervous, but my next appointment, I hope and pray that he's happy with what I do, and I'm hoping that he will approve me this time and just keep on going.
Well, you know,
I mean, I could tell you why he didn't reach his friggin' goals. The man's the Skippy sadist. He was eating a lot of friggin' peanut butter and thinking that that little bit of carbs or that little bit of like snack here and there wouldn't affect him. It's amazing how much a little snack can F up a diet.
putting you everything you do, so you just need to just do it. That's all, son.
I'm gonna continue working as hard as I can this month. So when I step on that scale, I'm where I need to be. Because I know 100% that Dr. Now is right. And if I lose this chance to get my life back, that'll be the end of the road for me. I'll be done.
You got to make your papa proud. So, okay. At least he seems to be coming into it now with a better mindset. Although I thought he was doing great before, but he was kind of having like, I don't know, I guess wet peanut butter dreams or something. Like he wasn't doing nearly as good as I thought.
But I'm hoping the progress I made is gonna be enough.
Aaron Washer?
At my last appointment 2 months ago, I was 696. And Dr. Now told me I need to lose 120 pounds by today. So that means I need to have made it below 576 to have hit my goal.
It's kind of funny when you dress up as a popsicle to come to Dr. Now's office, because this is what, I forget what those popsicles are called, but he's definitely dressed like one right now.
571. Okay, you guys can go ahead and go to room 5.
That's incredible.
125 friggin' pounds is amazing. That's like more than incredible. This guy knocked it out of the friggin' park.
Seeing how much I lost makes me feel really proud of myself. And I'm confident I'm ready for this. So I just hope Dr. Now agrees with that and approves me today.
Hello.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
I'm good.
All right, Aaron. Over the last 2 months, you lost 125 pounds.
Yes, sir.
That's
See, like, I wish I was like a surgeon or something, like a weight loss surgeon, because I 100% would walk in the office with like a peanut butter sandwich or something, just to like talk smack or to just to have a little bit of fun with it, right? I mean, I guess that's kind of mean, but yeah, it would be funny.
excellent. You stuck to the diet this time.
Yes, sir. I'm doing everything that you told me to do, and
How's your activity?
I'm exercising. I'm walking. I'm going to the gym.
So you're going to the gym too?
Yeah, I'm going.
That's great. Well, you did great. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and approve you for weight loss surgery. You show me you're ready for this next step.
That's incredible. Thank you so much.
That's like the first legit smile we've seen out of him the whole time. We've just seen him sad, down on himself, kind of play the like excuses and the like he had a terrible life, but not nearly as bad as some of the ones we hear on here. But he was very much playing the I'm the victim, so I can never be the hero mindset.
Don't get too comfortable because if you gain any weight or your weight loss slows down, we won't move ahead and I'll cancel it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you're doing great and making good progress, and stick with that. And if you need anything, give me a call, okay? If not, keep up the good work, and I'll see you in a month.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You better not pull a Sean and get this puppy canceled, because I mean, I could teach you how to do that if you really want me to teach you, but it's not a good call. Like, it's really kind of a setback that I didn't think I was going to overcome. So this guy better just go in there and cruise right into the like surgery, because he really only had to do it right for those 2 months for him to approve him.
Appreciate it. Did it. I'm so happy.
I'm so proud of you. You've done such a great job.
Oh, isn't this heartwarming? She squealed with joy. That's a beautiful moment between you and your brother when you told him he would never be kissed or loved or anything like that, because you kind of crushed him at the start.
I'm very proud of Aaron and impressed with his recent progress. I was concerned about his desire and his commitment to do this after the first few months, but now he's doing what he needs to turn his life around. So
Aaron's got it. Like, he might struggle a little bit after the weight loss. There's a lot. And the fact that he's an emotional eater is going to make it that much harder, because he's not going to have that anymore, which is going to make it like really, really tough when he doesn't have that peanut butter sandwich to go to and cry into or anything like that. So his struggle is only just starting.
I'm very confident he's ready for weight loss surgery. And as long as he stays focused and continues making progress, and we don't find any medical issues that concern us, then we will move ahead with that in a month.
I'm at the hospital to get my weight loss surgery. They had me weigh in right when I got here, and Dr. Now said I've lost enough to show him I'm staying on track.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
He looks a lot smaller than the start of this episode where his knee was turning into a belly button. So I'd say he lost, I don't know, this man's got to be close to like 200 pounds down at this point.
I'm just scared.
Don't be scared.
No, I'm trying not to be. Just
Don't be scared, man. Get excited. This is the start of your whole new life. Like, you've got so much to look forward to. He's only 30 years old, too. He looks a lot older, so he's got a hell of a lot of life to live yet, right?
Everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. And you're gonna come out of the surgery and you're gonna be in a much better position and have a much better life.
She's a sweet sister. I mean, I've been teasing the whole time about how mean she was as kids. Kids are mean to each other. Like, we can get past that. She seems like she's the support system he would need right now, because his dad would probably just say, "Suck it up, Buttercup. Let's go in here and get this done, and we're going to get back from behind enemy lines, and we're going to be a lot skinnier."
You know,
You want to get changed?
yeah, I need to get into my gown, I guess.
All right, well, I'm going to step out in the hallway.
Okay.
Okay.
Time to put on your gown, pretty princess. Let's go to the ball. Ooh, baby.
Now that it's finally happening, my nerves are starting to get the best of me. Knowing this is so high risk and that there's a chance I can die on the table today has me really, really scared.
Okay, the odds of that are considerably lower. I wouldn't even think about that. Like, I didn't think I could actually die from surgery or anything, but I knew I would die if I didn't get the surgery. So, also, I wonder how big these gowns go, because they've got to go to like 10x when you get people in there that are like 1,000 pounds.
I really hope I'm doing the right thing.
A little modesty here, lady. Come on, have we never wore a skirt before?
Ready, Mr. Washer?
But I have no doubt that if I don't have this surgery today, there is no chance I'll be alive much longer. So I just keep reminding myself of that and of my promise to my mom to lose the weight.
See, that's kind of what, like, I really wish his mom would have seen him do better. Because you gotta realize that's gonna eat you up. Because it eats me up when I think about people that didn't get to see me do better. And this guy, much more emotional than me. I don't cry very often. Like, you're gonna have to do something to hurt somebody I love to make me cry. I'm not just gonna sit there and cry just because.
For the next one, we're going to keep him on liquid diet until he fully recovers. And he should be able to lose at least another 40 pounds in that time. And then after that, if he's staying on track, he will lose at least 30 pounds a month until he gets close to his target weight. But if
Yeah, about a pound a day is what you're gonna lose at first, which is crazy to even think about. But it literally just falls the hell off, man. It's great.
Aaron goes home and starts to slowly push himself to overeat, he can start to stretch his stomach out over time to get it back to its original size. So when he goes off his liquid diet, we'll start him going to psychotherapy to begin the process of him dealing with his emotional issues. For now, his physical drive to eat is suppressed by surgery. And with that out of the way, the emotional component behind his pathological drive to eat are going to come to the surface.
Yeah, therapy and this guy are gonna have to kind of go hand in hand because he's got a lot of stuff he needs to work through. It doesn't get easier after the surgery. The weight loss part gets easier, but there's a lot more that goes into it that I don't think people really understand. And the mental battles and the things that you're gonna have to deal with that you used to cope before with some kind of chocolate and peanut butter or anything like that, that now is not there to cope with. So it gets tough, but it's so rewarding. Like, you deserve better for yourself.
So the hardest struggle for Aaron is still up ahead. And how he handles it will determine whether he is going to be able to do this for the long term.
Hey, they had pictures on the table of his colonoscopy. You think they can tell that he does like that little cane trick? They're like, oh man, this thing's really stretched out. Like, this guy is 100% wiping himself with a 6-foot cane.
Or if he will start to give in and go back to using food to cope until he gains all his weight back and ends right back up where he started.
It's been a little over 2 weeks since my surgery, and I've mostly just been trying to adapt to how I feel about food now.
My God, the effing jar of peanut butter is still here. This is not a great idea. Also, 2 weeks? Why do you have soup? Like, you should still be having broth at this point.
For the first week after surgery, I just had no desire to eat, which was an incredibly weird feeling because I've never felt that in my entire life. There were moments that were a little scary. It was like losing something really important to me. But some of the cravings have started to come back, so it's getting a...
In 2 weeks, you've got cravings again? Wow. Like, cravings were a thing of the past after the surgery. You don't even like to eat. It doesn't feel good. Like, I don't know. You shouldn't eat till you're stuffed anyway, but it's like 2 or 3 bites of something. You're just totally full and you don't want to take another bite. Like, food loses all its appeal after the surgery. At least it did to me.
Harder. I'm on what Dr. Now says is stage 3 liquids now, which means I can have thicker liquids in soups. I just don't know what to expect if all my cravings come back.
Why don't we just buy regular, like, broth, like beef broth, chicken broth, instead of you straining out, like, the potatoes and stuff? That's just, it seems wildly wasteful, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
I knew surgery wasn't just going to solve all my issues with food, but I'm a little surprised how I can be completely full and feel like I couldn't eat another bite for the first time in my life. I know Dr. Now said I can start to stretch my stomach back out if I'm not careful.
That's the first time you've ever felt full in your life? Damn, this guy, Dr. Now wasn't kidding when he said this guy had a massive friggin' stomach.
And the possibility of messing up my surgery is what's really scaring me right now. Because I know if I mess this up, there's nothing else I can do to lose the weight. So no matter what, I can't let that happen. I know I've still been losing weight because I haven't been able to really eat anything. So I don't think I could have messed up my progress. I haven't been able to be as active as I want. But that's because I've had to take it easy while I recover. But I'm hoping Dr. Now clears me to start doing more, and that he tells me I can go back on solid foods again today.
Look at him. He's walking with a new sense of confidence. He had to lose so much weight, right? He seems like a much, much more confident version of himself now.
Aaron?
But I guess it all depends on how I'm recovering and if I'm on track today.
That lady never friggin' smiles. Somebody actually sent me a screenshot of her smiling the other day. It scared the hell out of me. I'm just not used to seeing it.
At my surgery a month ago, I was down to 525. And Dr. Now said I should at least lose 40 pounds this month. So that means I'll be below 485 today.
Uh-oh. We're back on the fluffer nutter freak train, huh?
That's not as much as I should have lost. So I'm not sure why that is or what Dr. Now's gonna say. So I'm a little nervous right now.
I'll tell you what the hell it was. You thought that since you could only eat a little bit, you could eat Snickers instead of eating like regular food and diet food. Because you could only have a fun size and then you're full, right? Nope, don't work that way.
Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing okay, thanks. So, how you getting along?
Doing really good.
All right, let's see how the incision look. All right, they look like they are healing okay. That's good. Okay.
It's not bad. Mine didn't look, mine actually probably looked a little worse than that, but mine were also straight across the stomach. They weren't like going up like that.
Has all your weight loss been making any big difference in your activity?
Oh yeah, losing the weight that I've lost now has totally changed the way things are working for me now. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to lose
And
more.
remember, liquid diet does not include alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Or melted ice cream, but I do know people that probably thought a milkshake was okay on a liquid diet.
All right, well, with things going okay, we can go ahead and advance you to going back to solid food.
Yes, sir.
All right. But now that you're on solid food, we're going to start you on psychotherapy starting immediately.
Okay.
Damn, so his weight loss slowed down and he wasn't even back to solid food yet. That's scary. I don't know. Hopefully this is just like some kind of fluke or something, but I don't even know how the hell he pulled that off.
So far, you lost almost 220 pounds, which is good. But this is the moment where all that can change if you're not careful. And I'm already a little concerned because you should have lost double this past month. So if your emotional issues are coming to the surface and you're starting to use food to cope again, then we're about to have a very serious situation with you starting to overeat again So we need to make sure we prevent that, or your weight loss will stop. And in 3 to 4 months, you could start to gain again. And
It's kind of scary that he really didn't lose on the liquid diet. I don't know. I'm really sitting here thinking about it now. It's not a good sign. Hopefully, this is like a wake up call where he's like, uh oh, it's not just going to keep kind of falling off because he was over 700 pounds. So he probably lost it a little easier initially than he thought. As you go down, it gets harder and harder and harder.
if that happens, your chances for long-term success will drop to almost zero at that point. So this is very important. You understand?
I understand.
Great. So we got 300 more pounds to go. So there is still a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How's your dad doing?
He's doing really good. He's really proud of me, so I'm really happy about that.
There's the second smile in the episode when he talks about his dad being proud of him, which is probably something he's been seeking his whole life, some kind of validation from his dad because he said he was rough on him as a child. But I don't know, don't take my word for it. I'm just a fifth grade peer mediator. I just read into what I want to read into, and I'm probably wrong a lot of the time.
But he's doing really good. He's up and going again, so.
Good progress for the whole family, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm proud of your progress and keep working hard, okay?
Thank you. Now that I've had the surgery, I don't feel hungry. But I still have this desire for food that comes and goes. That's just this want. It's that security blanket feeling. And I can see how my emotions are tied to that clearly now. So I know how important it is that I do this.
We probably stop tucking ourselves in with tiramisu at this point. Like your weight loss, or you want to be just kind of fat and happy the rest of your life. Which is it? Because you didn't seem happy at the start. So you're going to have to get over this whole comfort blanket, eating for comfort thing.
Hello, Aaron.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm Lola.
I'm Aaron.
Come on back. You can go right into the blue room and have a seat anywhere you're comfortable.
Okay.
So why don't we start off by you telling me a little bit about yourself? What was your life like when you were growing up?
Growing up, it was difficult because I was bullied a lot by other kids.
Not okay, but it seems like his sister was probably the most brutal. Because the one thing she said is really sticking in my mind as a young man that I would never, ever want to friggin' hear. Like, if you tell me we're not going to play tongue twister at all in our whole friggin' life, come on, man.
It got to the point where I was getting kicked around, punched around, thrown around in
So
schools.
you would be physically assaulted at school by your peers?
Yes.
So you must have spent so much of your childhood being absolutely terrified.
Yes, I did. It's been really hard. You know, my mom, she was the one I could go to, and 3 years ago she passed away. So after she passed away, I didn't have anybody to turn to.
Like, as a child, and let alone like an insecure child because of your weight on top of everything, you're going to add like a group of your peers kind of picking on you. He must have just went through like the worst school experience ever, which makes all the more sense that he just kind of spiraled and kept eating because it was the only kind of comfort he felt. He got home, he would just eat because that's all he could do because they're picking on him for his weight at school. He couldn't even eat there.
I can see that's still very hard for you.
It is.
Tell me a little bit more about your mother.
She was my best friend. She really was. I can go to her for everything. She was my comfort.
It sounds as if from her you received unconditional acceptance and love.
Yeah.
And so that's a really positive relationship to be able to draw from.
I think mothers are pretty good at that because even though I was fat, my mother made sure that I always felt like I was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like, she told me from like the moment I was friggin' born that I was just great and I was raising hell. So it kind of instills a sense of confidence in you. But if his dad was kind of harsher and not doing that, he's kind of probably torn between the two. Like, his mother's nurturing and then his father's kind of like strict, no nonsense type.
Right.
Of all your other family relationships, which one has had the most negative impact on you?
Honestly, my father. You know, him coming from military, he didn't want us stepping out of line for nothing. If we did, we got in trouble, we got grounded, we got punished for it. He expected more out of me all the time.
And it was difficult to live up to those expectations.
Yes.
It's just a different generation. Like those old timers that are very strict by the book, they just kind of think that like I don't know, like, what is it? Spare the rod, save the child, something like that. I don't know what the saying is. I forget. But they're very no nonsense, very disciplinarian type rule. I think that's just the older generation kind of tend to be more like that. Now we're more kind of talk it out, talk to your child. It's very different nowadays than probably when his dad was growing up. So he probably was just doing what was done to him, or, you know. Current weight 461, weight loss in surgery 64 pounds, total weight loss 257 pounds. So he's still going pretty good.
Things have been tough for the past few weeks because I've been
Good God, the peanut butter just does not die.
trying to work through what I discussed with Lola and the things she said I needed to do to break the pattern I have with food. But all that stuff isn't easy to do, so it has been taking me some time to start taking some of those steps. But the cravings and the temptation to give in to them is starting to get stronger. In my last appointment with Dr. Now a few days ago, I missed my monthly goal and he said my weight loss was definitely starting to slip now.
That's kind of what I worry about when they get approved like super fast and they don't kind of struggle to do the whole like strict dieting for years and years. Because, like, usually you're not approved that fast. They have to watch you do it for a long time before they'll even think about approving you through insurance.
He also told me that if I don't do what I need to get control of things, I could be a few months from gaining again, and I'm not gonna let that happen. So I know I need to take a big step to do that. The biggest and scariest thing that Lola told me I need to do is to talk to my dad about the way he made me feel when I was a kid, and he would punish me as severely as he did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But, like, watching him, he's a grown man, right? But the way he is scared of his father is kind of crazy, that you can just see that, like, he's very much still a child when he's in this house with his dad. I don't think he ever really grew up, got out on his own, did anything like that. So he still like fears the disciplinarian role from his father. It's crazy to see.
So I know that I have to talk to my dad about those feelings. But this is probably the hardest and scariest thing I've ever done in my life. You got time to talk?
Sure. I always have time for you.
This man doesn't seem that scary to me, but like I said, is still just very childish, scared of him. Like, it's crazy that he still feels that way.
Well, going through my therapy with Lola and everything, she brought up, you know, a little bit about my childhood and how things went in my childhood and stuff, and she wanted me to talk to you and get some things off my chest because she thinks it's the only way I'm gonna get through a lot of my issues with my emotions and stuff. And
Okay. What kind of things?
For me, growing up and everything, I always felt I've always felt that you've resented me of being your son.
Why would you think that?
Because I just felt like you were always judging me and
No.
you didn't.
That's crazy. But that's how down on yourself you get. You project it onto everyone else. Like, everyone else is judging you because you're judging you. It's crazy, man. But you really get so down on yourself that you think everyone around you just like dislikes you.
Like the fact that, you know, I was the way I was. And because of the fact that, you know, I was your son, that you expected me to be a more of a manly type person than I was.
You know, all of us are born to a different tune, Aaron. Some of us are more timid than others, and you've been a very timid young man. But I am very proud of you, and I want you to know that, okay?
He'll probably stop being timid though when he starts like finding somebody to date or something like that. I don't know, tongue punch some fart boxes or something. He'll get out here eventually. He'll find his confidence.
I do. Sir. I am. I'm very proud of you, son.
That means a lot to hear, Dad.
Now, get the long face off. I love you, son.
I love you too.
Is that all that's bothering you?
Pretty much. I just wanted to, you know, let you know how I felt about that and how, you know, I don't know, I just felt like you.
Oh man, the dad already looks like he's done with the conversation and he looks like he just wants to dive a little deeper. And the dad don't look like he's a very big emotion guy. Like I think the stuff he said was very nice so far. But I can tell he's done. He's not even looking at him anymore.
Like I said, that you resented me, you didn't want me.
I don't understand that part of it at all. I don't, because I definitely wanted you. I don't know how to fix that for you. Just put it out of your mind and throw it away now, okay? I know that's not going to be easy for you to do, but you need to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of times, like when, you know, when you whooped me for the belt, I felt, you know, it scared me. There's times I didn't even know why I was getting punished. I didn't understand. And I'm not expecting you to go and try to defend yourself or explain yourself.
I'm not trying to defend myself.
I knew why I was getting spanked. I was breaking every damn rule there was, breaking stuff, getting in fights with the other kids that my mom babysat or something. Like I was definitely causing a little bit of hell. Or what was she always mad at me for? I don't know. My older cousins taught me a lot of bad words. That got me a hell of a lot of spanking.
If I did something, I did it, and it's my fault, and I apologize. That's all I can do, son. All we got to do now is pick it up from here and go on. And I'm just about had it. This session is over. Okay?
I told you. He was not going to sit here and open up forever. You got about the couple minutes out of him that you're going to get out of that generation. But then you start talking about feelings, and it's like a man-to-man thing. That generation doesn't do feelings man-to-man.
I'm done.
I can't believe this. Upsetting my dad was the last thing I wanted to do. But I can't let this become another thing I just push down and pretend never happened.
Man, this guy cries a lot. Like, he might be one of the most emotional patients we've seen. Like, I think he might be the one who cries the most on the show.
It's just gonna make it all worse. And the whole reason for doing this was to try and make it better. So I can't let it go like this.
Oh, for the love of God, you chase him down, it's going to get violent. It's not going to keep going this whole timid route that it was.
Hey, Dad.
Yep.
I don't want you to feel like I was targeting you for anything. I had to get this off of me. It was the only way that I was going to be able to stop going to food for all these problems I'm holding in because it was still bottled up inside of me.
Okay.
And I don't want this to mess things up. I'm looking forward to us moving on and having a closer, better relationship.
That's in the past. Come here.
Oh, he's going to give him an embracing, loving hug. This is going better than I thought. I really thought he was just going to blow his top and be super mad that he's chasing him down after he said conversation over.
Come on.
I love you.
I love you too, son.
I don't want to hurt you.
I don't ever want to hurt you either. I'm sorry.
Love you. At my last appointment 2 months ago, I was 461 pounds. And Dr. Now said I should be losing at least 30 pounds a month if I'm staying on track. So that means I should be down to 401 today.
Okay, so the talk with dad kind of did the trick. He stopped playing around, started doing the diet better. It really was just that, kind of making him more emotional, making him eat more food. 58 pounds.
That's such a relief. I feel really good and excited right now. I almost hit my goal exactly. So I think Dr. Now will be happy with that and to see that I'm back on track like he wanted. Hello.
Hey, Aaron.
Dr. Now is also a man of very few words, but like I'm saying, I think it's just that generation. I think they just all are. They don't do the whole share feelings things.
How are you?
Doing good, how are you?
I'm doing okay, thanks. So you're alone today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Starting to travel safely on your own.
Yes.
That's great. You're becoming independent.
Yes, a lot.
That's right. He's trying to get out here and be his own man. He downloaded Tinder. He's got Bumble. He might have got Grindr. I don't know.
All right. Let's see. So today you're down to 402. That's fantastic. You're staying on track and almost in 300s. And so far, you have lost over 300 pounds.
I can't believe it. It's really exciting.
You're doing great, and I'm very proud of you. And if you lose another 80 pounds and get into the lower 300s, that will get you where we need to start looking at the possibility of skin surgery.
Oh, wow. He even got the like fabled Dr. Now's proud of you. Not every person gets that. And that kind of says a lot. That man does not kind of give praise very easily. So you're doing friggin' great if you got that.
Okay.
Awesome.
If you keep up this progress, you should be at that point in a couple months. And you're going to have around 40 to 50 pounds of excess skin in total. And removing all that will help you to your goal too.
Okay.
All right. How's your dad doing?
He's doing great. He's doing really good. He's really proud of me.
That's great. He should be, because you have done great.
Looks like everybody's just proud of you all the way around. Are you proud of yourself? Because that's the person that matters most. Have you stopped beating yourself up, give yourself a pat on the back, and realize that you are just great for who you are? Because that's the hardest part. You can get everyone else's praise. You could just, but like, I don't know, when you look at the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror, that's the person that needs to be, given praise. Be proud of yourself. Like, you've come a long way.
Proud of your progress. Keep the good work.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Doc.
All right. I'll see you soon.
I wish Mama was here to do this.
I do too, buddy.
Well, Mama can do it, but she's just up in heaven.
That's right.
Sometimes kids say the sweetest thing. Like when I was in Oklahoma, there was a picture of it was a statue of a Native American woman with like her arms out like this. And then Riley, my girlfriend's daughter, looked at me and she said, "Oh, she's waiting for Jesus to come give her a hug."
When I was almost 700 pounds, I wouldn't have been able to handle this car ride. But now I can get out and walk all day.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
We really got to get this man new shoes because they keep zooming in on him like they're expecting him to roll his ankle like Game 7, lost all this weight from 700 pounds, and now he's going to roll his damn ankle.
I'm still scared of falling, so I'm careful about that. But I don't worry about hitting my limit or where I'm going to be able to sit now when I'm out. And that's such a freeing and incredible feeling.
So all the cave formations are formed by water, but the rooms by volume are the largest of any in the state of Texas.
We live kind of close to Luray Caverns. I want to go there because it's been since I was like a kid and went there. I think this stuff's pretty cool.
Take our time as we climb out, all right?
The best thing about today is just being here and being able to be out with my family, having fun with them, enjoying the family time that we have together.
It's kind of like what you guys are gonna do. You're gonna be miners. You're gonna take your sluice tray and you're gonna go back and forth like that. And you're gonna, all the stuff and treasure's gonna be left behind.
You better stop it. That water is peanut butter colored. You're going to give him friggin' flashbacks at this point.
No, good job.
Look at this one. I want to keep it.
I haven't been able to do something like this with Aaron in years because of his weight. Aaron is so much more happy and is doing such an amazing job at life that I'm so proud of him.
I don't plan to stop here.
I want to keep going out and doing even more with them, and to be part of my niece and nephew's childhood.
I mean, Aaron's going to have a whole lot of firsts and things that he thought he would never be able to do. This point moving forward, like the sky's the limit. The guy's going to like live his best life, and I couldn't be happier for him. 2 weeks later.
Today I'm taking my dad out to have some fun with him. I asked him where he wanted to go, and he said he wanted to go to 2 places. First, he wants to go to a local war memorial to pay tribute to some of his buddies. And then he wants to go to the commemorative Air Force Base in San Marcos.
Well, that's nice. Your dad was in the service. He wants to come here, say his, blessings and things like that. You never could have done this before, so this is another thing to be extremely proud of, that you were able to take your father to do this.
So I'm going to take him to both. He's hardly been able to go anywhere and do anything for years, because I haven't been able to take him places. So I know he's just as excited as I am to do this today. If you had asked me a year ago if I thought I would be out doing all that I am, after having lost over 300 pounds, I would have said there was no earthly way.
I really appreciate your service that you've done for our country, Dad. It means a lot. I look up to you for that.
You appreciate that, but you know what? I'm proud of you, too,
Thank you.
and what you're doing. I mean, that's fantastic, son.
I mean, thank you for your service. Us losing our fat that you fought for so we could be gluttonous and eat all that damn food is a little different, but thank you for your service. Thank you for my weight loss. I don't know. You got to kind of sing the veterans' praises, in my opinion.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you, too, son. Thank you.
Alrighty, let's get going.
And I'm so amazed and grateful for this chance to get my life back and to be making my dad proud.
Don't take it for granted, because it can come back on just as quickly as it's coming off at this point. So keep fighting, keep losing weight, and don't go back to your old ways.
I wanted to come here today to be able to have that bonding time with my father. I haven't been able to do that in a long time.
My weight loss journey has been so much harder than I thought up to this point, and I know it may get even harder. But with what I've accomplished and how far I've come, I'm determined to get there and to start living the life I've always dreamed of.
Golly, that's a big plane.
I mean, you look at his dad. See how happy he is? Because he didn't think he'd be able to do this with his son. So now he's kind of getting to walk down memory lane, think about his time in the service. Like, this is probably one of the more beautiful endings I've seen on the show.
I cannot remember the last time I did anything like this with Aaron. And I'm happy that we were able to do it today. When I watched Aaron walk up on that plane, I thought, wow. Because a year ago, he couldn't have done that.
This is awesome.
I couldn't.
It's a whole lot of firsts. Stairs, really not our thing. Walking anywhere, not our thing. But now this guy's on the go 24/7. He's kind of one of the more mobile ones. I don't think I was this mobile at his size, at like 400. So he's definitely getting after it.
Be more proud of my son, Aaron, to start a program like this and actually follow through and do it and lose the weight that he's lost already. It's amazing. And I think that's the most fantastic thing I've ever seen him do.
My favorite part about today was just being able to spend time with my father and being able to get out and do things I haven't been able to do in a long time. I'm definitely looking forward to be able to do a lot more stuff with my father and just get out and see the world.
All right. Well, that's it for Aaron. Kind of a pretty touching story, considering he started out like the Skippy sadist, the Peter Pan picked a pipe of pickled. Like, he came a long way from the whole peanut butter loving to the whole never gonna be able to do this or that his sister picked on him for when he was little. But the guy, you kind of got to sing his praises, because you see somebody like this that's just beating themselves up so bad, who was bullied in school, all that, and then you see him kind of become a success story. It kind of touches your heart a little bit, and I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for him. So I'll check and see if there's any update on him, if he's still making progress, anything like that. And yeah, that's about it. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about him. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.